Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Bless Jess. Thank you so much for watching for another Sunday chat. Love doing these for you guys. I have really enjoyed studying love this month and we're on week 3, so I'll link the other 2 down below. Thank you guys for all of your support and your love. I'm sorry I'm coming to you like this. It has been like a work day for me, so I am like, my hair's in a ponytail. I've got some chapstick on, but we're just girlfriends sitting down here talking to each other. It doesn't have to be fancy, right? So I am really excited to talk to you guys about this week's, because of all of the things that I could teach you about love and the things I've learned throughout the years, I'm still learning. This is the hardest one to do, and I think this is where a lot of people really struggle with love, and so we're going to dig deep and we're going to talk about it today. So the first week we talked about loving God, that being the first and greatest commandment, the second one being like it, which was last week, love your neighbor as yourself, and we talked a lot about that. But what do you do if your neighbor is actually an enemy? It's actually someone who doesn't like you. They maybe talk bad about you, they lie to you, they make fun of you, they gossip about you, they literally try to hurt you by slandering your name or whatever else. We've all been in those situations where you're trying to show love, but that literally the person is unlovable. What do you do in those situations? David and I have found ourselves in these situations before, and honestly, I am a recovering people pleaser. I don't know if you guys are, and I say that, but I still like to please people. I think that's my personality. I don't like confrontation. I really like everybody to get along, and I think being a peacemaker is fine.
Like he hates
the
me.
problem is when we try to please other people more than God, and that is a big problem, because in this life, there's gonna be people that don't like you. That's just how it is. Some people aren't going to like you because of God and because of who you serve.
Do you want to have a little pity party? Yeah, I think Annie wants a little pity party. Is that what you want? You're an asshole, Annie. Oh my God,
That's going to happen, and it's happened to us before. And it is a very hard situation when you find yourself in that. It's very painful. It feels very personal, and it feels like,
I think you want to have a little pity party. Yeah, I think Annie wants a little pity party. Is that what you want? You're an asshole, Annie. Oh my God,
So we're going to break this down and talk about it. First of all, let's go over our Bible verse for the day, and it comes from Matthew 5:43 through 48. Jesus sums it up like perfectly. Okay. He says, "You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that?" Okay, so I know that was a long verse. I probably can't even put it on the screen, but I'll put it in the description box below. So what does that verse say? If we are just showing love to people who love us, that's not that. I mean, doesn't everybody do that? Doesn't everybody love those that love them? You know, he said even tax collectors. Tax collectors were like the most hated group of people. You know, they were just so like deceitful, and people really didn't like them. But even they could show love to people that love them. So when we love only the people that love us, we're really not any better. We're not doing anything better than what tax collectors or like really even like non-Christians. Like people, it's easy to like people who like you. The problem comes when somebody really doesn't like you. We've had a situation before where this couple really did not like me and David, and tried to like get us fired from our job. They talked bad about us. They gossiped about us, and it was a really hard time. Me and David were newly married. We didn't know what to do. And honestly, all we could do was pray and say, God, you are our defender. Help us to show love. And it was a very, very hard season because, you know, not everybody sees. So when people are being mean to you, a lot of times other people don't see that, and they just see, you know, you being upset, or maybe they don't notice at all. So it kind of feels like you're being picked on and you don't know how to get out of it. So the first thing that I think you should think about is, if you're in this situation, is, are you contributing at all to the hurt feelings? Sometimes we can be really upset with someone else and we don't see our hand in it. We don't see that, you know what, we may be antagonizing them a little bit. We may be, you know, not being very nice to them, and then, you know, it gets come back on you. I think what's happening is someone saying to you, well, what happens is you're taking myself, you're trying to be digital, and God can't defend you if you're being just as ugly back. So look down inside a situation where you're going to just say, am I doing anything to contribute to this situation? You know, and I can look, am I, you're talking about the person on the back, am I, you know, retaliating with my words or actions? And if it's really not, the only thing you can do is pray. You can pray and you can show up. And it's the most difficult thing when someone is just being so mean to you, and you have to, you know, as this goes, still limit kindness. But it's funny because it's done this, I have to do it very long, and usually it works itself out. People don't want to take it. If you're in a situation mean to you, and you're overly nice to them, and you're praying for this, or you're not for, and you're just, you know, doing this situation you're in, all that, you know, using things in them, make it hard, you know, or, you know, confident, and I don't think that's the thing. You're talking to me about that, I'll wait, you know, literally all things from the so that's our students, and we are going to count out so, you know, there are situations where you're going to make yourself in situations, absolutely just yourself, but God says, love your enemies and pray for those that persecute you. And so I think that is pretty clear. You know, also another thing that helps me is realizing we're all God's children. As a person, God created God loves. And if I see him through his eyes, it's easier somehow to see the love that he has, and I can try to love this again. Another thing that I want to mention, sometimes we hold grudges and we hold on to bitterness. Somebody hurts us and we take offense to it and we hold on to it and we marry and think about all the time after the bitterness. And the person out there, like, they don't know what they're doing, and you're out there like in pain every day thinking about it. You have to choose to let that go. It's killing you. They didn't do anything wrong, but you're holding on to it and you're creating this inside you that is killing you. And they're inside. So you gotta let that go, get it to God, and walk in his freedom and his peace. Because holding on to bitterness, holding on to hurt feelings, none of that is healthy for you. It will kill you inside. It's just relations. So also mention that a lot of times we're trying to love our enemies, we take offense to things. And that's growing in terms of bitterness. I've never met a bitter person. I've been that person at times, and it is not something I want in my life. You can see it all over people, and you know, God wants you to be free of that. And don't let hurt feelings run away. You gotta let go. Give it back to God. I need you to defend this. I'm not gonna show you myself. I'm not holding on to it. You gotta give it to God. It is hard. It is really hard. Sometimes still I think I'm giving stuff to God and I'm over it. And some people in my mind are like, oh, that sounds so hard a little bit. It's a little bit of really actually go. And it's like process. You don't like all the time. It's like you have to choose to let go sometimes. God is faithful to you. He and the person that's why you can be you're calling God and you're doing what you want to do. He's back. Like you have to fear. So I hope that makes sense. This is an area that has been very hard for me in the past, but I was in the last year, so I got better and better about holding on to offense and trying to leave anything from it. And you guys all the time. It's hard if you want to do this. That's the first thing. So usually God defends you. The very first thing that rises inside you, flesh is defense. I'm going to use it in my direction and explain what is wrong. Well, that is not anything God can do. You know, that's taking it to the God can't defend me. God can defend myself. So why do I just say that person? I'm not saying that I'm looking at it, but I try to say that person because this is the thing. A lot of times people that are hurting you, people that are persecuting you, people that want you, it's not about you. There's something else in your life that's causing this to happen. And they're hurting. It's not about you. I know it's not an excuse.
Huh? Now you gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself. Because I do not associate with people that blame the world for their problems. Because you're your problem, Annie.